The following program is the work of the broadcast students of the British Columbia Institute of Technology. BCIT magazine features news stories from around the Lower Mainland which were produced over the last week. Responsibility for the content of the show rests completely with the students and their instructors.
Today on BCIT Magazine, an NDP politician is asking for an inquiry into Vancouver realtors.
A local pilot encourages girls to pursue careers in aviation.
And we get some cooking tips on how to impress your Valentine on a budget.
Hello and welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Katie Youngblood.
And I'm Kyle Balzer. This week on our show, a special package devoted to Valentine's Day, but more on that later on. First, we begin with an update regarding an unfolding story right here on our campus. This week, BCIT students and staff received a notice involving an ongoing investigation, and we quote directly, BCIT has been made aware of allegations that a BCIT student's off-campus activities may have violated BCIT's policies. We take all allegations that our policies have been breached very seriously. When we received this information, we followed our policies and initiated an investigation. We want our campus community to know that we are reaching out to potentially impacted students and our inquiry is ongoing. This latest notice comes after an incident surfaced last week in which police alleged a 23-year-old male student filming nudity in one of the school's washrooms using a phone and a mirror. The school received criticism for being slow to let the community know about the voyeurism case, telling students 3 months after the alleged incident. BCIT Magazine will continue to follow this story and bring updates as more information unfolds.
Vancouver's red-hot real estate market has created fortunes for some lucky homeowners. However, the attention is turning to realtors, and some are taking more than their fair share. BCIT Magazine's Roshni Nair has the story.
Sellers trust realtors to give them the best deal. But according to Point Grey MLA David Eby, some realtors are using insider knowledge for their own benefit.
We're hearing concerns about allegations involving BC realtors involved in, among other things, insider trading, tax evasion, deceiving their clients about their actual role and the worth of their homes.
He describes a practice called shadow flipping, where realtors flip homes for a profit. A realtor approaches a seller, misrepresents himself as representing a third party, and purchases the property from that seller. They then use an assignment clause to flip that property for a profit. The practice is perhaps unethical, but not illegal.
You get what you think is a good price for your client, then your client finds out that, the assignment's been flipped a few times, and it ends up selling for $50,000, $100,000 more maybe than what they just sold it for, and they look to their realtor, and say, well, geez, did we leave money on the table? It undermines the confidence that the public has in us.
Eby is leading the call for an investigation. And now an update. The BC Real Estate Council has responded. They're appointing their own independent advisory committee to look into whether realtors were misbehaving. NDP MLA David Eby tweeted in response that this marks some progress, but he's pushing for further investigation. Roshni Nair in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
Roshni now joins us live. You mentioned the term assignment clause. How are they used?
An assignment clause is actually perfectly legal. They're usually used in cases where someone's circumstances change before an offer goes through. And that could include something like a job offer in a different part of the country or personal issues like divorce.
And what does the timeline look like for the investigation?
Well, they're looking at a timeline of April 8th, 2016. That's when they're hoping for their first recommendations to come out. Back to you.
Vancouver City Council has announced a new 5-year bike lane expansion project, with routes being planned on some of its busiest streets. However, it meets some opposition, with one standing out among the others. Sergio Vargas reports.
Commercial Drive and First Avenue, one of the busiest intersections on the drive, and one that many wouldn't tackle on just two wheels.
I have multiple friends that have been hit on Commercial Drive by cars. I've almost been hit by a car more times than I can count. Literally, I don't even keep track.
Fiorito chooses to park her bike on Commercial regularly. As for riding on it, though?
Sometimes I'm very willing to ride on Commercial Drive and just kind of brave the traffic. Sometimes I want to ride on Commercial Drive and don't feel like I want to deal with the stress of the traffic on Commercial Drive, and so I avoid it.
She now works with Streets for Everyone, an organization that has modeled what bike lanes might look like in the area. The idea, however, has been opposed by the local BIA in the form of an online petition. It highlights worries about local job losses, decreased customer traffic, and loss of street parking. But Streets for Everyone points to other cities to dispute these points.
Businesses, for example, in Toronto's Annex neighborhood found that cyclists and pedestrians spend almost twice as much at their businesses. So why would you not want to create space and create infrastructure for those people to access your business?
And those on the street seem to agree.
I don't think that would be an issue. I mean, there's still lots of room to drive. I mean, I don't think it would take away from parking or anything like that. There's a lot of parking in the area.
I think that when you look at the demographics of the neighborhood, you would probably see that there are a lot of people here that are walking or biking as their primary source of transportation.
For the people that commute with the bikes, it's easier to get there because they don't have to scare about it. They have the same one line.
For now, the city still has to go through a long process before any work gets started. Sarah hopes it gets done soon though, because riding side by side with cars isn't ideal for anyone.
Is it pleasurable and pleasant to ride on a busy car street when you're riding a bike? No, it's not. And nobody should have to endure that.
Sergio Vargas in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Our reporter Sergio Vargas joins us now to talk more about the proposed bike lanes on Commercial Drive. Sergio, we know the BIA has raised a petition against these bike lanes, but have they said anything else?
Yeah, well, along with the petition against the bike lanes on Commercial Drive, the BIA gave a few recommendations as to what they'd like to see in place of these bike lanes. That they fall into two main categories. The first one being they would like to see upgrades to the existing infrastructure that's already there on the bike lanes. For example, just east and west of Commercial Drive on Woodland and Lakewood Drive respectively, they see these bike lanes that are already in use that could just be upgraded. The second part of the recommendation involves the support of a new bike lane on Victoria Drive. Now, what the BIA stresses here is that Victoria Drive is already designated a pedestrian first route, which means that they have much fewer traffic conflicts, and it's very easy for people to connect to the drive itself from Victoria, being that it's so close. However, members of Streets for Everyone stress that by not having the bike lanes directly on the drive itself, businesses in the area are just not going to see the benefits from having these designated bike lanes.
Okay, so what's next for the Streets for Everyone organization?
Yeah, well, when I was talking to Alex too, I asked him what was their next step, and he obviously mentioned that they were going to keep a close eye on what the city decides to do with the bike lanes on Commercial Drive, but he was also mentioned that they were looking to other communities in the city because they've been getting a lot of response from people in the communities about maybe bringing this initiative to their own backyard. One of those communities is along Main Street. Alex says they've gotten a lot of feedback from people living in the area that would like to see bike lanes built in Main Street, so it's more of a shopping and district hub in the city and not so much the highway that they feel runs in the middle of the community right now. Back to you guys.
Coming up next on BCIT Magazine, the Vancouver Police Department welcomed a new friend.
And one local family came together to celebrate this past Family Day.
Standby graphics, ready camera one.
If you want to experience the fast-paced world of news,
today on BCIT Magazine, striking,
make magic on a movie set,
frame,
and action,
or bring your creative ideas to life, BCIT's hands-on training will get you started. BCIT television and video production. Your possibilities start here.
A defining moment for me was when I finished my first internship and got lots of really great feedback from industry professionals.
I would have never imagined I'd be walking into the floors of TSN and thinking, I'm not a student anymore, I'm here to work.
I will be starting a job with an investigative news program in Toronto, and I'm really excited to see that grow into what will become, hopefully, my dream job.
BCIT Broadcast and Online Journalism, putting you to work.
One local pilot is saying that the sky's no limit and that girls fly too. Now she's offering free aviation classes. Amrit Gill has the story.
Gender balance in the workplace has always been a topic of discussion, and it's one Kirsten Brazier knows all too well. She's a pilot of over 20 years. What sets her apart from the others? Her gender.
There has been no change. I've been the first female pilot for probably 3/4 of the companies I've worked for. It's still unusual to see women pilots. I do get comments all the time, oh yeah, I saw a bunch of women flying for WestJet, but the statistics that I gave you, the 6%, that's across the country.
When was the last time you were on a plane and heard, "Hello, this is your captain speaking," in a female voice?
I'll be choosing 8 young ladies to be a part of Pan Am's future stewardess program.
Despite a gender-balanced cabinet for the first time in Canadian history, there are many fields still seeing a void of females in the workplace, especially the one of aviation.
So in this case, the longest runway is 12,675 feet, so you can pretty much land a space shuttle there.
To combat the gender barrier, Kirsten is offering free flights to first-time female flyers as a part of her initiative, The Sky's No Limit, Girls Fly Too.
So our events are about tearing down the fences and taking the cowlings off the aircraft so you can see what's underneath. You can actually go for a flight and experience all this stuff, because this is what makes it hard to get in to see what there is.
Teacher David Barnum believes that outreach is an avenue to provide more equitable access for students and a way to open their minds to different career possibilities.
It's something you can't create in the classroom. This event, this experience, the smell, the touch of the flight, you can't do that in the classroom. See, 2016 is a perfect time for this event. We have a curriculum change coming in BC. We have teachers looking for experiential learning opportunities beyond just a simple field trip. This isn't just a tour of the airport. It's a chance for students or parents to come and spend 2 days experiencing all these things.
This year's event will be held at the Abbotsford International Airport March 12th and 13th as a means to celebrate International Women's Day. For Brazier, she hopes the outreach will mean less girls will be left on the outside looking in. Amrit Gill in Richmond for BCIT Magazine.
Amrit Gill joins us now to talk more about the program. Amrit, what's the goal of this initiative?
The event held by The Sky's No Limit and Girls Fly Too is considered the largest aviation outreach event of its kind, as it provides free flights to first-time female flyers. This year's event will be held at the Abbotsford International Airport as a way to celebrate International Women's Day.
And can you tell us more about the event?
The event held by The Sky's No Limit Girls Fly Too is considered the largest aviation event of its kind, and it provides free flights to first-time female flyers. This year's event will be held at the Abbotsford International Airport as a way to celebrate International Women's Day.
The Vancouver Police Department is asking the public's help to find something, a name for their newest noble steed. My co-anchor Kyle Balzer went down to the VPD stables to meet the newest recruit.
It's exciting. Always to see a new horse come to the unit just means that we're going to have more longevity. You know, a new horse that'll take us into the next generation of policing.
Meet the first registered Clydesdale of the Vancouver Police Department's Mounted Squad, a task force based out of Stanley Park, where horses like this one are raised, cared for, and trained for necessary action.
Well, in the horse world, being his age, he's kind of a baby. So he's, as you can see, he has big feet. He's not quite growing into his body yet. But he has a wonderfully calm personality, a really, really strong curiosity for things, which is, for a police horse, which is a must.
The VPD Mounted Squad not only trains and utilizes these horses in a way to see some action out in the field, but also to provide a human connection as a way for the police to interact with the public in a better way.
Horses are also very good for street-level disorder. You know, when you show up with a couple of horses and you need people moved out in front of a doorway or a laneway or something, people will tend to move.
The 5-year-old will continue to call this place home for a 60-day assessment. testing his abilities in an obstacle course-like setting for simulated situations. He'll also have lots of riders, too.
Unfortunately, I don't get to keep him forever, but I have him for a little while, and then, yeah, our members down here are pretty good at what they do, so there'll come a time when they get the opportunity to ride him as well.
Originally from 100 Mile House, this Clydesdale doesn't yet have a name to his badge, and the VPD is seeking public help with that.
People name their horses for different reasons. They can be very simple to very complex, just like people might name their dogs. But, in the spirit of what we're trying to do here, I just leave it up to the public.
Names like Justice, Juno, and Vimy have been put up for nomination, and others who have ideas are asked to go to vpd.ca. The Clydesdale's official name will be selected on February 23rd. Kyle Balzer in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
A local junior hockey team is giving back to their community in a unique way, hoping to offer more quality family time. Amar Khan has more.
For the Bakers, Family Day at a Surrey Eagles game is an opportunity to enjoy some old hockey time. Clint and Lisa Baker work full-time jobs with both kids in school, making family occasions rare.
It's crazy busy most days where one of us is going one place, one's going to the other, and it's sort of a blessing having kids that love being active, and we like to be active too.
With detractors looking to move the date of Family Day to another day, some are just happy to be able to have that extra time around their loved ones. After the game, the Bakers laced up to hit the ice.
Okay. It won't be so tiring when you do this. That's what you work for, really. You work for those opportunities to get out there and spend time with the kids.
The event is one that the Eagles take pride in.
Good stuff.
It's really great for the team. It's great for us all to see, how we all come together on our day off, on our family day, to come spend it all together like this.
Flags. Good skating. Go on, Matisse.
For the Bakers, Family Day represents a chance to skate away from the weekly time crunch and focus on what really matters.
Oh, good try. Oh, it went in. Yay!
Amar Khan in Surrey for BCIT Magazine.
Good stuff. High five.
Coming up next on BCIT Magazine, taking the pressure off choosing where to go on a date.
And we learn what BCIT students are doing this Valentine's Day.
Hey guys!
Hey, welcome to Community Calendar.
Hey Conley.
What's up?
Are you excited for Valentine's Day?
Absolutely, I can't wait. I've waited all year for this. We got a list of events for you guys. Here they are. First of all, you and Bay could make your way down to the Vancouver Hot Chocolate Festival, where 25 of Vancouver's finest chocolate makers show off their best stuff.
Well, the Vancouver Aquarium has a great event happening where you get to sleep over with belugas. Now, how cool is that? I want to go. Do you want to go?
How about a cruise? You and the love of your life can aboard the luxurious Pride of Vancouver. There's a candlelit dinner, gorgeous waterfront views, and of course, a little dancing.
So I hope you found some great plans this Valentine's Day.
I know I did. I can't wait to put a ring on Bay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Well, Valentine's Day can be stressful for couples, but one Vancouver-based app is hoping to relieve the pressure this year. My co-anchor Katie Youngblood has more.
It's that time again when couples dedicate one special day to their significant other. Never mind the cards and the candy, but what about the pressure society puts on couples to have the perfect date?
I think sometimes people kind of need that time to be like, yes, today is a day I can take to show you I love you.
We're under a lot of peer pressure about everyday life, never mind something special like Valentine's Day, so you just got to do what's right for you and your loved one, I guess.
So this is the Super Date app. Right now I'm in the dining category.
A new Vancouver-based app called Super Date is helping dategoers relieve that pressure.
The best way to stand out is to plan a really fun, exciting, and unusual date, and then that can get stressful, and people seem to need ideas. So we really want to give people those awesome date ideas. So these are the cultural dates. So, comedy shows, Cirque du Soleil. There's definitely been a slump in the dating world going on for quite some time. especially in Vancouver. A lot of people say that Vancouver lacks a dating culture. So we definitely have noticed that there's sort of a lack of bravery in the dating world, and people are very inhibited.
Some couples weren't too concerned with the pressures and had their own idea of what the day means.
Yeah, I'll be running a half marathon on Valentine's Day, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah. But other than that, we've got no big plans.
Waffles. We're going to have waffles after the marathon.
Yeah.
So maybe for Vancouver, love is in the air with or without a dating app. Katie Youngblood in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
And what better time to show off a community's love than during the Valentine's season? Residents of a small town in Russia's Far East have been donating gold and silver to showcase their affections for Leonardo DiCaprio.
I ain't afraid to die anymore.
More than 100 of his fans in the Siberian town of Yakuta have donated jewelry and precious metals to make a statue based on an Academy Award for the man who is nominated as Best Actor for his role in The Revenant.
Speaking of showing some love, roses, chocolates, and dinner can start to add up. Our reporter Lindsay Howe got some tips on how to make a cheesy Valentine's Day dinner without breaking the bank.
Hi there, I'm Lindsay Howe, and today we're at Raglan's Bistro in North Vancouver to give you some affordable dinner options for you and your sweetheart this Valentine's Day.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thanks.
So what do you have in store for us today?
We're gonna make some grilled cheese for Valentine's Day.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Anyone can make grilled cheese, but I like to use a baguette.
Okay.
Slice it nice and diagonally. Just, then cut like that, and then cut like that.
Why do you go for the baguette over a regular sliced bread?
It's just delicious.
It's just delicious.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's a good answer.
So get it shaped like that.
Okay.
Just butter the outside of the bread, and I like to drizzle a little bit of my basil pesto in there, which is really easy to make. Just
okay.
Basil, spinach, olive oil, salt and pepper, and blended pureed garlic.
Okay.
And just a little drizzle in there. Just cheddar cheese, butter on the outside. All the ingredients right here. And over here, a little bit of pan hot. Got some butter in there.
Yeah.
Get some cheese onto the pan. Right then, just like that.
Now, why do you put the cheese in the pan?
So it actually burns onto the outside of the bread.
Okay.
Which is
cool.
absolutely delicious.
Excellent.
Anyway.
All right.
The finished product, it's gonna look like this.
Wow.
Which is pretty delicious to
That
me.
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And what kind of sauce do you dip it in there?
Honestly, I'm pretty basic. It's ketchup, barbecue sauce, and mayonnaise.
Mixed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you want to try mine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
Thank
for it.
you.
Go for it. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Listen to that crunch.
Wow, that looked really good.
Yeah, that is
Amazing.
an easy meal for students to make for sure.
Absolutely.
What do you have planned this Valentine's Day? We wanted to find out, so we sent our reporters Amar Khan and Amrit Gill down to BCIT's Great Hall to see what you're doing for February 14th.
Hi, my name's Amar.
My name's Amrit. Today we are going to be interrogating people about their love lives.
We're going to be interviewing people about their love lives.
Interrogating.
Interviewing.
Interrogating.
Interviewing.
Interrogating.
Interviewing.
If you were a candy heart, what would you say?
I'm delicious.
I'm delicious. Aside from like Be Mine, I would say, You Know You Want It.
What Drake song describes your love life?
Marvin's Room.
The woman that I would try is happy with a good guy.
If you guys had one word to describe your love life, what would that one word be?
Depressing.
Non-existent.
Pretty good. Exhilarating.
Describe your love life in one word.
None.
In one word, how would you describe your love life?
Great. No, seriously, great.
What are you getting your bae for Valentine's Day?
I'm still single, so stay by myself with game probably.
What are you getting bae for Valentine's Day?
I got her a nice watch.
I'm going to surprise her, take up to Whistler for a nice romantic getaway.
I'm a fan of all that sentimental good stuff, so I'd probably like write a poem or make a cute little photo album.
What's the worst Valentine's Day date you've ever been on?
Oh geez. I think we were at a movie theater and he was trying to make a move on me, but he just ended up like punching me in the cheek, trying to go around. Very embarrassing.
What's your ideal Valentine's Day date?
A nice walk on the beach.
It's February.
I like walks on the beach.
Thanks for tuning in. That's been your Valentine's Day segment. I'm Amar Khan.
I'm Amrigel. Happy Valentine's Day.
The 58th Annual Grammy Awards are this Monday following Valentine's Day. Two of the Canadian artists nominated are Justin Bieber and The Weeknd.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks carry on their love affair with the young talent, as rookies like Jake Virtanen and Jared McCann continue to step up their game. The Canucks will host the Minnesota Wild on Monday at Rogers Arena. Following this game will be a series of Pacific Division matchups against Anaheim and Calgary.
If you have any questions or comments regarding this program, please visit us online at bcit-broadcast.com or bcitbroadcastnews.ca.
I'm Kyle Balzer.
And I'm Katie Youngblood. That's today's BCIT Magazine. We leave you now with shots from the Stanley Park seawall. Have a happy Valentine's Day.